Hey, welcome back to getting a productivity app sustainable out in the wild. Yeah, sustainable to start and then explosively successful after that, but one thing at a time. Yesterday, we worked on a lead magnet to try to address the challenge or goal of just not enough people knowing about the app or the product. So even if it is great and amazing, to get to sustainability, it won't happen unless a lot of people go to the landing page. So that's what I'm focused on right now. The yesterday I guess the last 2 days was more about ideas, throwing stuff out there, getting our thoughts clear. After the stream ended, I did a little more research on keywords. I got more ideas on like how to package it, and then I did what I said I wouldn't do, which is open up the terminal and the IDE. However, however, I still think it's the right move. Let me show you why. Okay, so um, I threw out some ideas yesterday, and I settled on to just start out with, since I have to ship this by tomorrow morning, based on what I promised. I would just do like a personality style quiz. These are like easy ones. So it's like, what type of X are you? What type of personality are you? What type of worker are you? What's your productivity archetype? And then you give 4 answers, and then it's like a little report. It's kind of fun. You know what this is. Everyone loves this stuff. So I initially went to this app, which is the one that I'm most aware of. They've built a whole company around just making these quizzes, these scorecards, and then they have this whole workflow for helping you create your own. So they even have some AI to help you create the concept, the name, the questions, the answers, and do the scoring for you. So I went through it, and that's how I got my initial scorecard here. So let me pull up the questions. Where are the questions at? Questions. They pretty much generated these questions, although I did tweak them a little bit. We got 12 questions. They're all yes or no, and each question matches to one personality type. So it's like an easy setup. It's like which one has more. Under the hood, they're probably just a 1 or a 0 or true or false. Then you just add up how many each got, and that's your score. So we have the workhorse. The workhorse is like, let me go to I'll just tell you. The workhorse is like the put your head down and grind guy, just shows up every day. Sprinter's like waits for strike of inspiration and then hits the ground running and crushes it in like an hour. The optimizer is the systems thinker, and the planner is the planner. The visionary, I renamed it to visionary, but those are the 4 types. I could add 4 more, but like 4 is good enough. So I was thinking of just deploying it here because they got everything built for you, but there's a couple of things I didn't like about it. Their pricing tiers are such where you only get 10 free responses on the free plan, and I think the top plan is like $500 a month or something, and that will cost you. Well, let's just see. Let me pull it up. Okay. Starters $30 a month. Business is 75, so you get 1,000 responses. Pro, you get 3,000 responses, and Enterprise, unlimited responses. So my goal for the traffic is to get 11,000 people on the landing page. So I'm looking at the order of thousands, and so that puts me in business, pro, or enterprise, and probably pro or enterprise. So 100 to $800 a month, and I don't need SSO. I don't need all this stuff, and I don't need extra users. I don't like how you have to do some configuration to get it on your landing page. It seems like a lot. So I was like, you know what? Maybe I can just build this, like my own version of this. And a friend of the stream, Ur said that Gemini just shipped a new version, Gemini 3.1, not that one, but it seemed like a good excuse to try out Gemini, see what it could vibe code. Um, and so that's what I've been doing. And I'm going to show you what I got if I can. We'll get there eventually, but it's in the middle of something. It basically built the MVP in 2 shots. And then I tried to throw like a really hard thing at it, which is where it got a little tripped up right now, which was creating the social share icon. And I might just cut my losses here and take it the last mile myself. But once this is done, I'll show you just like how far it actually got. I guess it's not like that complicated of an app, but it was impressive how they wrote tests. They kind of stuck to the conventions of the code base. They named it really well. So overall, I am pretty impressed with what I'm seeing so far out of this model, the new Gemini one. Another reason why I'm allowing myself to do this is I feel like the content is actually like pretty solid. It's not too philosophical, but it's also not too bland. I think each of these archetypes is described well. I organized the content well. I spent like 4 hours just on the content, so I didn't phone that in and just ask AI. I structured it meaningfully, so it's already solid, and now it's just a matter of packaging it, and I got some extra time before I have to ship it, so that's why I'm doing this. And I hit my limit until tomorrow. Dang. And it said it can't create custom ASCII art for each archetype for some reason. I think I'm pushing it a little bit. I'm trying to have it create custom art based on the description of each archetype, and that's probably a little much. Okay. Is it still going? It's hard to tell. It's going to create the component connected to the route. This OG image generation is where it gets caught up. I don't really know what OG stands for, but it's like creating the blob or the file that you download, which you don't really need to you don't need to download it. You just need to be able to share it. And you don't even really need to do that. Oh, here we go. Okay, here's one of the result pages. So this is the optimizer, starting with a quote, trying to get to the essence of what this is, and then short description, strengths, and then pitfalls to avoid. So I didn't want to just say like weaknesses and be like you're bad. It's more like this is what you're good at, and this is what you gotta be wary of as an optimizer. And then I have down to earth tips for how to just do your work better. And then I like this section. It's how to use Compass as an optimizer. Should be as an optimizer, but that's fine. Highlight some specific features of the app that I think they might like. Call to action. And then here's the part where we're getting tripped up. So on Twitter, I think it works pretty well. Probably on LinkedIn. It's a little flat, like the image. So it's like kind of ugly, and I probably wouldn't share it myself just because it's not good enough, the image, which is why I was tweaking a little bit. But I could ship it without that. It's not necessary right now. I just want to get it out there and see if people are even going through the flow and if they're using it. And then also, I think this is cool. The recommended resources. So these are all live links to books or blogs or pretty much books or blogs. I think maybe I have one or two other apps in there, but it's for this specific archetype. Like an optimizer will probably like these things here. I don't know, man. I'm happy with this. It's a 12 question quiz, and then you get some insights. I think some well-rounded insights, overview from a lot of different angles about what's good, what's probably a weakness about your approach, what to do about it, and then hopefully they click this button or this button. And even better would be if they shared it. But let's see how this is going. I think we got caught up and kind of stuck. That's funny. Rewriting in Rust for no particular reason. It's got jokes. We got jokes. All right, now it's using retro block art, which I'm skeptical of. I don't think that's going to work. But we'll see. We'll see. I did do a commit, so I can just go back if I need to. No. What is CHE for? Chi. No. There's no way that's going to work. It was reinstalling a bunch of stuff too to get the OG image popping up. It says it's up on 3,000. Let's see. Let me close these. 3,000, right? Okay. Also, there's a little progress bar. You'll see that in a sec. Also, email validation. I didn't even have to tell it to do that. But if I'm just spamming, not going to let me in. I am used to getting the email at the end, but for some reason, the Score app people do it up front, and I feel like they know what they're doing. So, I did too. And then, oh, you guys are getting some buffering. Let's see the stream health. Stand by. I'm watching. Seeing what's going on. Maybe could be Gemini taking all my bandwidth. Validating things. This is when it gets ugly, when it starts validating stuff. Trying to go to the live site. It was reinstalling node modules. I don't know. I hope that's it. Because the internet guy was just here and working on it and saying we should be alright. Damn. Stream status is poor. Oh, now we're healthy. Okay. Maybe someone else was doing something on the internet. Anywho, let's keep going through it. See where we're at. Yes, no, yes, no. Workhorse. Okay, back to the workhorse. What? Chi. Che. I don't know what that's supposed to be. But yeah, I threw a little too much at it. It can't do ASCII art out of the gate. But it can do a lot. This is probably good. You can't really see it, but it says in the bottom right, the link says, I'm a workhorse. What's your productivity archetype? I'm going to have to log into all my accounts and check it. But I think I'm going to get rid of the download. Maybe get rid of the threads, or we need a new icon for threads. That's not the real icon. Get rid of the artwork here. ship it. I'd like this to be centered too. Okay, so a handful of cosmetic things, and also the email capture isn't actually hooked up to anything. I'll probably do that off stream, just because I have to integrate that with my email marketing service kit.com. So maybe we just focus on getting this a little fine tuned, making it work. So I might just go back because I know we installed some stuff. Let's see what's going on. Yeah. Oh man. It looks like it just updated stuff. I don't like how it added fonts. This is my first time even loading fetching and loading the fonts. That's no good. And then it's creating an image response. All right, I hope I'm back. Took the internet down. First time in a few days. I'm really hoping it's like close, and then when Gemini was cooking, it was just like too much with me uploading the video and audio at the same time. If it happens again since Gemini's down, then I know it's time to bite the bullet and just upgrade the old internet. But right now, it's green. It's looking green. So I hope we're back. Anyway, you guys on the replay don't see this, but it's it's been a journey. It's been a journey we've been on with the Wi-Fi around here. Okay, so I remember I was talking about how I was trying to descope some things, take some things out, make sure it's still working. And right, problem immediately in front of us is the JSX is all messed up for some reason. So I'm gonna poke around and try to get that going. All right, one thing I really like about what we did, I helped too. It wasn't just the AI. What we did is we separated the data from the view. So that's how these links, recommended resources are just showing up, and it's not much code to do that. So here you see it's got the title, and then it's got the author and the description and the URL. And this is coming from result data over here. There you go. You can see the whole structure. I didn't even have to think about how to organize it, and what they got is pretty sane in my opinion. So yeah, the actual React code is pretty lightweight here, which is awesome. And it's easy enough to change. So let's just I'm just cleaning up some of the stuff we don't need anymore. Yeah, here's what I gotta do off stream in a sec too. Once I get the data, which will be basically just the email that I care about and the first name, then I gotta do a post request to my email service. But we've done that before in the waitlist and tested it, and so it's doable. I know we got it. Not now though. Maybe I just update the text a little bit. I thought of one more thing I want to sneak in, which is like uh, examples of fellow archetypes. So if you're a sprinter, here are other sprinters that you can relate to from pop culture or history or music or whatever. So I asked ChatGPT and it gave me Quentin Tarantino. He's a sprinter because he works in chaotic, high energy binges. We got Childish Gambino or Donald Glover. We got Billie Eilish. So I think that'll make it a little more fun if you feel like you're like someone else, especially if you look up to them or respect their work in some way. As a what do I call it? Workhorse. I said workhorse. I'm a workhorse. Workhorse is someone who just shows up. Hence this 60-day challenge. I'm just showing up here. Just I don't care how I feel. I'm gonna do the thing, and it'll get done. And there's pros and cons of that. But seeing that Kobe is a workhorse too, that's pretty sick. Kobe's known for relentless discipline, repetition, and showing up long before anyone else arrived. I only have one teammate, and he's in Africa, and I don't know if he's working right now, so I don't really get that part of it. But it's like showing up. Showing up is, I'm here, man. I'm here. You're here. You're here too. You showed up. Maybe you're a workhorse. Anyway, let's get this text in there. Let's go to the data, where they put the data. Quiz. Results. Data. Okay, so they have that in a separate app, quiz archetype data here. Alright, I hit my token limit on Gemini, so we'll just stick with cursor here. How many LLMs can a guy pay for? I'm actually not paying for Gemini yet, but let's pull this out here. I notice when I'm in here, I guess I'm deferring to plan mode, and I kind of want to micromanage it a little more because I'm saying, hey, let me see what you're thinking, and we're going to do it. And I don't know. I'm going a little slower. I feel like I know where the files are going to be and what they're doing to make it happen. Versus when I was doing CLI only, I was just like, I was off doing a different task. I was working on my YouTube thumbnail, and then I just came back. So if it's a kind of task where the AI could just do it one shot and you don't got to micromanage it, like here, it's just a static landing page and it's not connected to a whole mono repo like the actual app is, then I think you can get away with it. But I wouldn't roll like that in a PR in the main app. Okay, 2 files changed. People, name and description. I don't know who some of these people are. Sonda Rhimes. I feel like I should know. Should know her. Oh, Buffett. Buffett was a what do we call it? A workhorse. Buffett was a workhorse. Nice. All right, let's see what it looks like now. I may have to go through the whole flow again. Might have to start it. Man, I'm optimistic about this. If this works, it'll save me between $35 and $800. It'll also be better for SEO since it's on this page. It'll feel more on brand with just the colors and everything instead of white labeling it. And it only took a couple extra hours. So I think it's worth it. It's also easier to integrate with our email for a drip campaign. Let's see what we get this time. Optimizer. All right, where's my people? Yeah, famous optimizers. I like that. I don't know if I don't think Elon's an optimizer. I think Elon's a workhorse. I would definitely, say Ollie's an optimizer. Cool. I'm gonna tweak it a little more now. Just a little more. I don't like how these are the same color as the links when these aren't links, and I don't like how Eon's in this list because I don't think he is an optimizer. He's all about cutting stuff out. I would say he's more of a sprinter, a consistent sprinter. I don't know. He's his own thing. But this is centered. This is centered now. That's good. Yeah, some kind of visual like here in the header for what an optimizer like represents would be cool, but we don't need it right now. We just need to get it out here. And maybe if this could go to like a results page so you could no, it's fine. It's fine. All right, let's prompt tweak it. Oh, okay. I asked it for. Let me pull it over. No, I won't. It's not that important. I basically asked it how Bill Belichick is an optimizer, and it gave me some good examples. And one of them was he reinvented the ineligible receiver loophole. So he went deep into like the rules of the game and found a little micro loophole that he could exploit. It talks about his film study. Practices were engineered to reduce downtime. He timed transitions between drills to the second. Now we're talking. That's an optimizer. Come on. Yeah. All right. I think that's more fun. More fun. I like how there's a girl in at least every one of them. Just so we have someone who you can relate to in that regard at least. All right. What else do I need to nitpick here, if anything, or is it time to just move forward? The plan in my head is connect this to the email service, get it working, that's off stream, and then maybe I just put like $30 behind it and get it in front of some people, like at least 100 people, random people on the internet, and see what the conversion rate is for those 100. If I get absolutely zero, I'm gonna be worried. But if I get a decent number of clicks and some people fill it out, I'll be feeling good. I'll have their email. Hopefully they have to try the app. And at that point, I would probably share it with my network, just so I don't want to just blast them with stuff, but I do feel like this is cool. And if random people on the internet think it's also cool, then I don't have any hesitation with sharing it with others. And then I think we'll get a small little spike from that, and then I think I'll double down on a channel if I need to, with a paid ad campaign. Like if it's just hitting on Reddit or LinkedIn or whatever, I'm fine just throwing more at it, trying to get some momentum going. It might flop after that. I think that's enough action at that point to decide, is this useful to keep going with it, or are there other ways to get traffic? But yeah, that covers the bases of organic, warm leads through my network, and then cold leads through paid advertising. And if it flops on all three of those, okay, fine. I only spent a day and a half on it, 2 days. If it hits, cool. I can maybe double down on quizzes and build this out more, because there are a lot of other cool things I could do. This is just like the simplest one, like assigning you a category. Doesn't get much easier than that. So yeah, I'm going to poke around and see what I'm missing here. I feel like I'm missing a few things, and then I'll push it up finally and get the test going. This looks good. Although UTM would be good. It is there at the UTM source. I see it. How about if I refresh, discover my archetype? We're not sending a personalized report, so I'm going to get rid of that. We'll send you a personalized report. I know this is annoying to ask for extra fields, but I think... No, I was going to say initially I had to get their first name and last name to add them as a subscriber, but that was recently dropped. I'm just saying some APIs force you to get this info. You could just send an empty string, I guess, but yeah. If you're ever curious why sometimes you have to always type this in and it's annoying, because it's like, you just take my email, that might be why. Anywho. Okay, just a little tweak. I'm going to put this above the bullet points to like lead them into it. I think some people won't even know what this app is, so trying to lead them into that. Also, this is kind of cool. We're linking to a different page on this site, which is another mini app that we built last week or the week before. And I think it is compatible with this idea of, if you're a workhorse, your head's down your whole day. You're just working on just moving forward, which is great, but you sometimes miss the bigger picture. So, hey, we got this for you. Here's your reality check. This isn't a dress rehearsal. Check it out, and then get back to your grind. It feels organic. It feels like, yeah, maybe I am promoting the site again, but I think it's helpful. This is one of the huge reasons why I like working on this app is I don't mind selling. Like it feels like I'm actually helping people when I say, hey, do this, go to this landing page. Hey, fill out this little quiz. Hey, check out this little app I made to visualize your time. In the past, I you got to just sell stuff for work or hit your quotas or just hit the goals. And it's like I got put on this whole front about it's just a lot of energy to sell something you don't really believe in. And I really believe in this. And so I feel like sometimes I get energy just talking about it and showing people it and hearing what they think. And that's a big deal for me. That's a big deal. That's why a lot of the other projects I've tried, which were on paper a lot better to make money, I just didn't care about them. And then I just dropped them, came back to this. All right, I think it's time to just ship this as is. Then I'll do a follow-up PR to integrate it, just to keep the code a little separate, easier to follow. And then what we'll do. I'll share it. I'll share it in different places. We'll see how it goes. And tomorrow, depending on the results we get, maybe it's making another one of these. Maybe it's more outreach. I was planning to do more direct outreach to like creators and people in the space to hopefully get on their podcasts or YouTube channels or whatever to spread the word that way. So I'm trying to get a mix of the word out. So I've been doing the social media, right? But that's the reach is determined by how much my network engages with it and shares it. And then I do just straight up like YouTube videos, and that's same kind of thing. I've done newsletters. I'm doing this. I sent an internal email. This is like for everyone, and I'm going to promote it on social sites like as a cold link you can just try. And then I'm going to try leveraging my background or my videos or small following to get on other people's shows. Basically, I'm throwing stuff out there. I don't know what's going to hit. I don't know what's going to make people want to type in my website into their search bar or click the button to try out this quiz. So I'm just like trying everything without spreading myself too thin. Like I cranked this out this morning, this whole thing. So I feel confident that one of them's going to hit. It might take me a while. It might happen right now, but hopefully it happens sooner so we can get to our goal of 11,000 impressions by early December. All right. Apologies for the internet issue if you're following along live. Regardless, thanks for watching. See you next time.